He gave them everything, and they gave him silence. Billy Liddell, the man who built the foundation and then watched the statue go to someone else. He didn't wear armbands, he wore the whole club, through war, through relegation, through seasons that broke others. And still, he stayed. He didn't chase banners, he carried the weight before there were any. They called him Littlepool, not as a slogan, as a fact, because for 10 long years, if Liverpool had anything, it was him. One man, one badge, and no one else to hold the line. No statue at Anfield, no chant in the terraces, no stand in his name, just the quiet ache of a legend pushed into the shadows while the ones he made possible took center stage. But not here, not today, because before Dalglish, before Paisley, before the Red Machine took over Europe, there was Billy, carrying it all and asking for nothing. If you believe names like his shouldn't vanish in the dust, subscribe, because this is where forgotten legends rise again. Billy Liddell, the man who held Liverpool together when everything else was falling apart. He was born into soot and silence. January 10th, 1922. Town Hill, Fife. A Scottish mining village where boys didn't chase fame, they chased daylight. His father worked the pits, Billy worked the ball. Bare boots, church leagues, cold streets, the only path was forward. At 16, Matt Busby saw enough. Liverpool signed him in 1938. Quiet lad, fast feet, no nonsense. But a year later, the world stopped. World War II. Football vanished. And Billy signed up. Royal Air Force, navigator, missions in Canada, discipline, sacrifice. Years he never got back. From 1939 to 1945, he gave everything to duty and came back with nothing in the record books. Only 152 wartime games, 82 goals absent from the record books. One of them? A hat-trick against Rangers in 1942. 3 goals in the enemy's fortress, no headlines, just war, boots, and brilliance. But Liddell didn't need headlines. He needed boots, space, and the next challenge. When peace returned, so did he. Not as a prospect, as a storm waiting to break. The war ended, football returned, and so did Billy. Not as a boy, as a man Liverpool could build around. January 5th, 1946. FA Cup versus Chester. His competitive debut, first match, first goal, no fuss, just finished. 8 months later, September 7th, Stamford Bridge, league football back. Liddell scored twice in a 7-4 win, and a warning was sent. He wasn't just ready, he was unstoppable. 1946-47. Liverpool hadn't won the title in 24 years. They were doubted, outpaced, outdated. But Liddell tore through defenses like they were paper. Fast, relentless, sharp. He ran past men, through them, left backs trailing in silence. By May, Liverpool were champions. A team rebuilt around the quiet winger who never asked for the ball but never wasted it. And that was just the beginning. That same season, he scored in the FA Cup semi-final against Burnley. A goal that took them to Wembley. 1 step from history. 2 strides ahead of his time. Over the next decade, he became Liverpool's oxygen, their goals, their balance, their belief. While others looked for new heroes, Liverpool already had one. The title faded, the squad aged, and Liverpool fell apart. By the early 50s, they were slipping, and in 1953-54, they dropped, relegated, out of the first division, shamed, forgotten, left behind. The papers expected an exodus. Big clubs lined up. Even Colombia came calling, offering riches. But Billy didn't move. He stayed. With no manager worth the name, no trophies on the horizon, no promise of glory. He stayed because the badge still meant something, even when the club had nothing left to give. And the fans saw it. They saw the man chasing lost causes, dragging tired teams up muddy pitches, fighting games they were meant to lose, and they gave him a new name, Littlepool. Because for almost a decade, if Liverpool had anything, it was him. No support, no silver. Just one man holding the weight of an entire club. Left wing, right wing, center forward, inside forward. Even fullback when the team was desperate. Billy Liddell didn't ask where. He just played. He covered every blade of grass, carried broken formations, plugged holes left by weaker men. He wasn't elegant, he was efficient. He didn't glide, he charged. And he did it clean. Never booked, not once. In over 500 official matches, not a single caution. He played with pace, power, and honor. A quiet commander on chaotic pitches. Hard when needed, but never dirty. Between 1949 and 1958, he was Liverpool's top scorer 8 times in 9 seasons. He scored 150 goals in the second division alone. Goals that didn't lift trophies but held a broken club together. In 1951, he hit 4 goals past Everton in a single match. No celebration, no chest thumping. Just walked off like he always did. Because Billy didn't just score, he ended arguments, no marketing, no medals, just goals. He didn't wave at the cameras, he didn't sell shirts, he just showed up and did the job every single time. While others made headlines, he made sure the team didn't collapse. He wasn't asking for legacy, he was out there earning it. He was born in Fife, but he belonged to more than one country. 29 caps for Scotland, 8 goals, and a debut in 1946 that set it all 2 goals against Switzerland. No nerves, just presence. He played for his country the same way he played for his club, without flash, without fear, always available, always ready. But Scotland never truly built around him. They used him, then overlooked him. Still, he gave everything. Even when call-ups clashed with club duty, he never said no. He didn't posture for the press, didn't chase captaincy, he just wore the shirt like it meant something. And when Great Britain needed a side for charity, for honor, Liddell was one of only 2 men ever selected twice. Because when it came to respect, his name always rose first. He didn't score the most, didn't shout the loudest, but in every camp, in every squad, he was the man others looked toward. He gave them everything. For over 2 decades, 534 official games, 228 goals, more than any fan could ask for. And when his time came, he didn't ask for anything in return. His final goal came in March 1960 against Stoke. Another win. Another quiet nod. His last appearance? April 1961, age 39. No fanfare, no speech. Just a final match day in a red shirt. There was no testimonial parade, no flags, no grand farewell at Anfield. They handed him a medal. They moved on. No statue, no quote on the wall, no mural outside the Kop. Just a name slipping into silence. He left as he arrived, unnoticed by headlines, but unforgettable to those who really watched. He gave them the climb. He never asked to be carried, and when the chapter closed, he didn't wave. He just walked away. He didn't chase the dugout, didn't chase the spotlight, he just kept giving. After football, Billy Liddell became bursar at the University of Liverpool. 20 years of work, order, quiet dignity, the same ethic, different field. He coached youth clubs, volunteered in children's hospitals, taught Sunday school, never asked for recognition, never needed it. He became a bursar, a justice of the peace appointed in 1958, a man still giving. And then the silence deepened. In the 1990s, Billy began to fade, not from memory, but from within. Alzheimer's. The sharp mind dulled, the fire dimmed. The man who carried Liverpool could no longer carry himself. He passed away on July 3rd, 2001, age 79, quietly, gently, and football barely paused. No national tribute, no special program, just a whisper, and a club still trying to remember what he meant. Before Dalglish, before Paisley, before the banners, the parades, the European crowns. There was Billy. He played when the pitches were frozen, when the boots were heavy, when Liverpool had nothing but hope, and even that was fading. He gave them goals, gave them dignity, gave them belief when the club had run dry. And when it all fell apart, he stayed. Without cameras, without contracts, without conditions. He didn't just wear the shirt, he was the shirt. Littlepool wasn't a nickname, it was the truth. Yet today, there's no statue, no stand, no chant that echoes his name. They built dynasties on his shoulders, then let the memory slip through their fingers. But not here, not now. Because before the stories were written, before the stars arrived, before history started keeping score, Billy Liddell was already there, holding it all and asking for nothing. Subscribe if you believe the ones who gave everything deserve more than silence.